Live from KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
And in Bexar County, and for that matter throughout the country. But even though case numbers and hospitalization rates are lower, one group is still in the virus's crosshairs.
It is the reason for a new push for booster shots, especially for seniors whose CDC numbers suggest are not getting them. Ursula Perry with those numbers and why the issue is getting more attention today.
The Centers for Disease Control's latest vaccine statistics look good till you realize that 85% of senior citizens, those at highest risk for COVID complications and who already qualify for booster shots, have not gotten them.
Their immune systems, really that's what this booster was intended for. Now it's been added to other people to provide additional protection there, but really the group that most needs to get this booster dose are people that are 65 and older.
The 15% vaccination rate is underscored by the death of former Secretary of State Colin Powell, who, while fully vaccinated, died from COVID complications without having received his booster. It puts an exclamation point on the fact that older people need more protection, but only 1 in 7 have gotten it.
It's very important to get it as soon as they feasibly can, as soon as they're eligible for it, because there is a possibility, very likely possibility, we might see another bump. Hopefully not as big as the last surges, but a bump in COVID cases again.
And regarding those boosters, the FDA is under pressure right now to approve more versions of the vaccine, and it's likely to soon approve a so-called mix and match approach, particularly for those who got the original J&J shot.
If they got a Pfizer dose for the second dose, it boosted their antibody levels by about 35 times. So quite a bit higher. And then for Moderna, for the second dose, it boosted it up to 76 times.
If you're not convinced yet, please note that of all the breakthrough cases of COVID-19 that end in death, 85% of them were people 65 years and older. Ursula Perry, KSAT 12 News.
While Governor Greg Abbott gets ready to sign newly drawn redistricting maps into law, he is being hit with a lawsuit. The plaintiffs are 10 Latino rights groups and 5 individual voters who claim the way the maps were redrawn aimed to suppress and dilute the Latino vote. The new census showed the population in Texas has grown by almost 4 million people since 2010. Latinos accounted for half of that population growth, but the redistricting didn't create any new Latino opportunity districts. State Representative Roland Gutierrez and fellow Democrats want a federal judge to throw out the new maps.
The growth was clearly Latino, it was clearly in urban areas, and therefore you should provide maps, draw maps that are more compact to those communities.
We attempted to contact several Republican state lawmakers today to get their take on this, so we've not yet received any responses. The governor sent a statement about the special session as a whole out today, saying in part, quote, property tax relief appropriating funding from the American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA, and redrawing legislative districts were at the forefront of the agenda for the third special session. I am proud to say not only did we deliver on these priorities, but the legislature went above and beyond to solve other critical issues, end quote.
San Antonio police are asking for your help identifying a man accused of robbing a Subway restaurant on the city's west side. Take a look at these images here. That robbery happened around 8:40 on October 11th in the 800 block of Castroville Road. SAPD says the man walked into that restaurant, pointed a gun at the clerk, and demanded money. Once the clerk gave him that cash, he ran off. Anyone with any information asked to call Crime Stoppers at 210-224-7867.
Right now, the National Transportation Safety Board investigating the cause of a private jet crash outside of Houston. That crash happened around 10 this morning in Brookshire. That's just west of Houston. Officials with the FAA say the plane was unable to take off and rolled through a fence, causing the plane to burst into flames. All 21 people on board were evacuated safely. Only one suffered minor injuries. The Waller County judge says the plane was heading to Boston for Game 4 of the American League Championship Series. The Red Sox taking on the Astros. The FAA is helping in the investigation.
And now to a consumer alert. You have probably noticed it's costing more to fill up your tank right now. Gas prices on a steep climb. They've even busted the $3 mark around town. The price has jumped 9 cents in the past week. Compared to last year, it's costing drivers about $17 more to fill up. So what's driving the increase at a time of year when we typically see prices plummet?
Oil now at a 7-year high, nearly $83 a barrel for West Texas Intermediate crude oil, and that's what's pushing gas prices up to a 7-year high.
The chief analyst for Gas Buddy tells us that with an energy crunch growing overseas, the gap between supply and demand is getting bigger. He expects prices to continue to creep up with no real relief by the holidays. San Antonio police may soon have another way to crack down on speed racing. The city council will consider a new ordinance that targets those who come out to watch these illegal events.
Our Samuel King joins us now. Sam, police making progress in other areas as well.
Yeah, that's right, Steve and Meyer. Chief William McManus told council members today that they've made some significant arrests and impounded the vehicles of those believed to be behind some large street racing events this year, and no such large incident has been held since May. Nevertheless, he told the City Council's Public Safety Committee that street racing remains a problem, and a new ordinance targeting spectators could help address it. Now, this ordinance would make it a misdemeanor to intentionally or knowingly be a spectator at a speed racing event. Committee Chair Melissa Cabello-Harvada supports the proposal, but says more can be done to stop the illegal street races that aren't as predictable.
Sometimes they just roll up to a stop sign and start going. That's not anything that's really predictable. But these events are something that maybe we can look at where, the city is monitoring social media, trying to see about these different events before they happen so that we can make sure and stop them from happening.
Police have responded to more than 200 street racing incidents and made more than 100 arrests since September 2020. They also talked to racetracks about potentially hosting races so people aren't racing on the streets. And a full city council will take up this issue at a later meeting. Looking at traffic this evening, still some delays downtown. Not much speeding going on at all. If you're looking at I-10 inbound this evening, been watching some delays this evening. So let's take a closer look at that as we come here. We had a crash earlier here on 35, and you can see that slowdown there on I-10. So coming in from the northwest side, 28 minutes from Bernie to downtown, but the real issue is you're coming from 1604, 22 minutes right now. And finally, still seeing some delays here on the west side, 27 minutes now on Loop 410 between I-10 and 151. Steve?
Thank you, Sam. It's a place where Somerset students, families, and staff can receive mental health services and get connected to other resources in the community. The Thrive Center at Somerset ISD opens this week to the community after months of preparation.
Our Tiffany Huertas has more on the services they will provide there and how students are also getting involved to help others.
We've dealt with students not having support at home or them dealing with a lot more stuff at home that transfers over to the classroom.
The COVID-19 pandemic has brought many challenges to not only students.
I feel that we're all a little bit more on edge, and our mental health has taken a hit.
The new Thrive Health and Wellness Center at Zacharias Early College Leadership Academy is opening this week and provides support to students, teachers, and families.
A safe place for people to come and talk to.
The center will offer counseling and community education on health and well-being. Social workers and counselors will provide services in person or virtually.
The center has different rooms. This is one of the rooms where students and families will wait before their sessions, and here they will sign in, and it helps track the amount of people getting help.
We also do expressive arts. We do just different type of activities where in some cases children do have a hard time, even adults have a hard time sometimes just articulating what's going on inside.
The center will connect families to different community resources, including food, clothing, job connections, and financial assistance. There will also be Thrive ambassadors. These are students like Samantha Thayes, who receive training on topics related to mental health.
I'm very confident that it can help. It's a place where you can de-stress, let go of your worries, whether you want advice or you just want an open ear.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Let's take a look outside with live cam this evening. 80 degrees out there today. Another beautiful day, but you can feel changes are coming.
Yeah, a little more humid today, maybe?
Yes, the answer is yes. Right. And you know, the humidity is great when it can at least come with a chance of rain, but right now that's not really in the works. We started the day today at 59 degrees. That's 10 degrees warmer than what we had yesterday morning. But overall, our day today was pretty much average with the high of 81, which is exactly average for today. Rio Medina now at 80, a low to 77, New Braunfels 81, Pleasanton 83, and Bernie now 77. For the most part, we've got a mixture of 70s and 80s across our area. This evening, layered clouds out there, mixture of sunshine and clouds, and temperatures really gradually falling off. They're not falling off as quickly as previous nights because of the mugginess that's back in the air. Southeasterly wind at 5 to 15, and by 10 o'clock we'll be down near 70 degrees. Tomorrow, we start the day at 64 with mostly cloudy conditions, then a mixture of sun and clouds through the afternoon, and we'll make it into the mid-80s, so temperatures on the rise compared to what we've seen recently. We'll talk more about those rising temperatures and if there's a shot at rain coming right up.
Just about time now for the first COVID briefing from the city and the county for the week. Really, the numbers have been encouraging as of late. The positivity rate remaining low at this point. It seems like there's a lot of confidence in where we are right now in this pandemic.
Yeah, so much so that this is the only briefing that they're going to have for a while. It'll just be on Tuesdays. They've gone from the twice weekly to just once a week, and that is what we're about to listen to. It looks like Metro Health Director Claude Jacobs leading today's briefing.
And University Health's Executive Vice President, Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Brian Alsip. Today, we wanted to share with you that starting this week, we will now have our COVID-19 briefings only on Tuesdays at 6:13 p.m. since our positivity and hospitalization rates have improved. Data will continue to be reported regularly on our website. If you are interested in the most recent numbers, please visit covid19.sanantonio.gov. Before we get into tonight's numbers, I want to share some information about Halloween. With the holiday of the fall season approaching, Metro Health has provided guidance for the public to remain vigilant and to take extra precautions to continue to reduce the spread of COVID-19. Halloween is not canceled, but it is going to look a little different this year again. If you have children who would like to trick-or-treat, here are a few tips to make your outing safer. Most important rule, stay home if you're sick. Wear appropriate face coverings. Costume masks are not adequate protection. Limit the size of your trick-or-treat gathering group to those within your household. Bring hand sanitizer and use it frequently. Avoid going inside homes. Stick to pre-packaged treats and avoid shared foods. Wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds when you return home. If you're handing out treats this year, here are a few ways to celebrate safely. Don't hand out candy if you or someone in your household is sick. Participate in distanced trick-or-treating by not requiring trick-or-treaters to come to your door. When preparing goodie bags, be sure to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds before and after. Celebrate safely this year. For more information, visit covid19.sanantonio.gov/Halloween. Now for our updates. We are continuing to see great progress in our fight against this pandemic. With the case rate down, hospital trends improving, and the positivity rate dropping down to 2.1%, we are in the mild and improving risk level for the third week in a row. Conditions are improving, and as we shared last week, we are in a manageable state of the pandemic. You can help us end this pandemic by getting vaccinated and encouraging others who are eligible to get vaccinated. Let's keep it up, San Antonio. Tonight, we are reporting 261 cases of COVID-19. Our 7-day moving average has gone down to 262 per day. Sadly, there are 2 new deaths to report this evening. Please keep our families and loved ones, keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Regarding our hospital activity, there are 297 patients in area hospitals. There were 25 new admissions, 121 in ICU, and 59 on ventilators. 85% of patients in area hospitals are unvaccinated. We show 11 patients are children. One quick reminder regarding our incentive program. For those of you that have not received your second dose or your one dose of Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine, you are still eligible to receive a $100 HEB gift card if you visit a Metro Health vaccine clinic. This incentive will be available while supplies last. Judge Wolf?
Yeah, well, thank you. Yes, things are certainly going in the right direction. I think since mid-August, we've had about a 100% downward trend in cases. Hospital numbers are going down. I was looking at the number 297 now, and it was 3 months ago that we were at 298. So that's the best we've been now in 3 months. So we're clearly on the right path. You can see also what's happening out at the infusion center where we're doing antibodies, and it's about 30 a day now, where we were running, 130, 150 a day. So clearly that's on the way down too, which is another good trend. University Hospital, Bexar County Hospital, is still doing shots out at Wonderland. George was saying we're doing about 300 still a day, and we're all waiting to see what happens with the FDA approval on vaccines for young people 5 to 11 years old, and the goal is to try to keep this center open till that is approved by the FDA. And speculation or thoughts that it may be the first week of November or by the end of this month, and I hope that's true. I know Dr. Alsip has been working really hard with University Hospital, and he was saying something to me just a minute ago, and I think he needs to say it to the public about, hey, this may be about COVID, but we've got some other viruses that are emerging that could be a problem through the winter.
Yes, that's correct, Judge. We certainly have seen some good trends relative to the COVID cases, as you and Mr. Jacob have shared, moving in the right direction. But we've seen that before, twice now with 2 previous surges.
All right, wrapping up the latest information from the city and the county there. You heard the Metro Health Director, Claude Jacob, talking about how we are in a manageable state of this pandemic at this point. The positivity rate dropped yet again this week, down to 2.1%, the lowest it has been in months.
Yeah, all good numbers, but again, telling people to remain on guard against COVID because we've seen the up and downs before. All right, let's switch to weather right now. Let's talk humidity.
Speaking
if
of
we
up and
have
downs,
to, if we must, Adam.
Yes, the humidity, at least it's back for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
There's no cold front anytime soon to sweep it away. However, there is the potential for a cold front by about the middle of next week. So that's really what we're keeping an eye on and watching for a next real noticeable and pivotal change. Outside right now, nice layered clouds. We had some low clouds today along with the high thin clouds. I love a good variety to our sky. It's always nice to have, and we get that Pacific moisture, that southwesterly flow aloft. And that southeasterly wind at the surface, that's given us our dew point of 61, so a bit of mugginess, when that's here to stay for the foreseeable future. So here are those clouds coming in from Mexico, and previously coming off the Pacific, and they continue to stream overhead, usually really setting the stage for beautiful sunrises and sunsets, at least for some vantage points. And I know we had some of that last night and even this morning. Upper level swirl near Denver all the way up into Wyoming. And that's one disturbance that's been dropping precipitation, passing to the north of us. Another one right on its heels, and that's over the Pacific, pushing into the Pacific Northwest. And already some rain gearing up to move into Northern California. This is good. And actually, we're going to see a series of storm systems, not in our area, but off to the drought-stricken northwest of us. So this is going through time. I know this is playing rapidly, but you look at Friday, another system. Saturday, Sunday, another system moving in, bringing some much-needed moisture to parts of the western United States. That does not include us. Our rain chances are very low. 0% through Friday, 10% this weekend, so maybe a stray pop-up shower here or there. Otherwise, tomorrow, 64 in the morning, 85 by the afternoon. So temperatures are back up because of that humidity in the air. Our mornings are warmer, afternoons above average in the mid-80s, and a mixture of sun and clouds, southeasterly wind at 5 to 15. Temperatures rise into the upper 80s, and we'll have some 90s on the map later this week for sure, especially Friday into the weekend. But overall, we're looking at highs upper 80s or in and around most of San Antonio and surrounding communities.
Okay, thank you, Adam.
I'll continue to say it. You cannot spell undefeateds without UTSA, Greg.
That is true. And in this particular case, we have not heard from the players yet since they were ranked 24 and 25 in the two separate polls. When we come back, you'll hear from the Roadrunners, in fact. And the Astros need a win desperately tonight. For the first time since the UTSA Roadrunners became nationally ranked for the first time in school history, we're hearing from the players, those who have helped Coach Jeff Traylor lead a string of firsts for the Roadrunners, including the first 7-game win streak to start the season, first shutout, biggest comeback in program history. Now they have their sights set on another first, winning their first game in Ruston in their 10th meeting against Louisiana Tech. But now it's a 24th ranked team in the nation in the AP College Football poll. So how did running back B.J. Daniels find out?
I knew it was coming. And I ain't gonna lie, I kept looking at my phone, and just waiting on the news, and then it hit. I was waiting last week too. It felt good just to see us up there, get us a little recognition, put a little respect on our name, and we still gotta go out and prove ourselves every week, because every week, you know, people feel a certain type of way towards us because we're UTSA, but we're in the top 25 now.
I was hyped, man. Who wouldn't be hyped? Yeah, first time in school history, I was happy.
All right, the UTSA Roadrunners are 7-point favorites for their 6 o'clock kickoff on Saturday night. Aggies head coach Jimbo Fisher has gone out of his way to quiet the fears of the Aggie faithful, who are worried that he might jump ship and return to LSU to become their new head coach. It's after the Tigers announced this week that they will be parting ways with Ed Orgeron at the end of the season. The concerns have been magnified by the fact that Fisher used to coach at LSU and, in fact, helped the Tigers win a national championship in 2003 as Nick Saban's offensive coordinator. And the man who recruited him to College Station, Scott Woodward, is now the athletic director at LSU.
There's nothing going on there. There's nothing happening there. And I don't be disrespectful to anybody else. I coached there. It was a great place. We won national championships. It is one of the best, best places. It's a wonderful place. I love being an A&M, and I plan on being an A&M here and fulfilling my whole contract. I love everything about this place. And let me tell you something else. And the way this place has embraced me and my family, and including our foundation, the things that are going on with our foundation, the way the people have embraced it, the way people have done everything here in College Station. I love everything about the people here, the administration here, and everybody in charge here, and the people who run this organization. And I love it here.
Fisher's already agreed to a contract extension that will take him to the 2031 season for a total of $94 million, but has no buyout for other teams or penalty clause in that contract. The KSAT 12 Texas Sports Productions Game of the Week will feature the 7th-ranked Brandeis Broncos against the Madison Mavericks. The Broncos are 6-1 overall, 4-1 in District 28 6A, with their only loss of the season to the undefeated Johnson Jaguars 28-22, and coming off a huge shutout over Lee 72-0. This game has major playoff implications with just 3 games left in the regular season. Currently, Brandeis is 3rd in the district. Madison is fighting for the 4th and last playoff spot at 3-4 overall and 2-3 in district. That includes 3 straight losses, their last after giving a scare to the Johnson Jaguars, who pulled out the victory 42-35.
Every game is like a big championship game, you know. We have to treat it like that every week. And at the end of the day, we just want to be 1-0.
We really just have to have a good week and practice well, and I think we'll play great this Saturday.
We've had a bad couple weeks, and we just need to get out of it.
All right, kickoff at Hero Stadium on Saturdays at 2 p.m. live on KSAT 12.2. And the Houston Astros have fallen behind at the Boston Red Sox 2-1 in the American League Championship Series after losing Game 3 last night. It's after giving up their 3rd Grand Slam in 3 games to Kyle Schwarber in the 12-3 loss. They were rocked. They need a comeback tonight. We'll see what happens.
Got to even it up.
Sure do.
Thanks, Greg.
Our KSAT Q&A is next. He is an outspoken advocate for human rights and against conditions in his home country of Rwanda. His actions during the Rwandan genocide earned him a Presidential Medal of Honor.
His heroic efforts to save lives depicted in the movie Hotel Rwanda. Paul Rusesabagina had actually moved his family out of Rwanda, and they ended up here in San Antonio. And even though he was making a home here, he was still an outspoken critic of Rwanda's dictator, giving speeches all over the world. That is why he was tricked into getting on a plane he thought was going to Burundi, but he was instead taken to Rwanda, put on trial, and jailed. He still sits in a Rwandan jail tonight. In tonight's KSAT Q&A, how San Antonio can support Paul Rusesabagina and hopefully help in freeing him. His daughter, Anais Kanimba, is our guest tonight on KSAT Q&A. Anais, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us tonight. What do you want people to know about your father? And he was convicted in Rwanda. He's in jail, but hope is not lost, correct?
Yes, no, hope is not lost. We've seen since the verdict the amount of support from the international community, from the State Department, from our international organization. And that has really encouraged us to see that, maybe more pressure can be put on the regime. Today, as you say, my father was, convicted on September 20th for 25 years. And we need to continue on raising awareness that, a Texan, a San Antonio resident, was kidnapped and then tortured and then put on a sham trial by a dictator and is now a political prisoner there. And so we need to bring him home. And that's why we need the support of the San Antonio community to do this, and really all of Texas and the United States. Our efforts have been we've seen our efforts grow over the year, and it wasn't easy, but now we think we're in a much stronger place.
This is such an unbelievable story, a complicated story, and imagining what your father has gone through, what your family is still going through. Have you been able to talk with your father? If so, how is he doing at this point?
Yes, and like I said, the support really has gone in so much. And for instance, today we get to speak with him once a week on Fridays. We get to hear his voice. He's staying strong. He's keeping us strong. Our weekly phone call is our lifeline for the last year. But, he's still in a difficult situation, and his health is not very well. They still have refused to give him his prescribed medication. And so he's been very dizzy and weak over the last couple of months. And so we are very worried about his health. And he's also a cancer survivor, and he received his cancer screening in the last 2 years. COVID is also still ramping in Rwanda. So we're very afraid of his health. But when we get to hear his voice, we're very encouraged to continue our efforts, and really, it's our lifeline. And so we hope that these phone calls can continue. And that's why we need the international community and our San Antonio brothers and sisters to continue on helping us and ensure we reunite with him very fast.
A lot of people are going to look at this and say, this is a situation that's playing out in Rwanda. What can I, as a San Antonian, as a South Texan, do to help? You have an answer for that.
Yes. So, well, first of all, this coming Thursday, Thursday evening, we will host a awareness event at the Legacy Park in San Antonio, where we're inviting people from San Antonio community to join us and watch the movie Hotel Rwanda, so they can learn a little bit about my father's history. And then my brother and my sister and my mom will be here, and we'll be speaking to the community, and would love to tell you more about what's happening. And also, raise awareness. Right now, we want more support from Congress, more support from the Texas authorities, so we need to be able to call our representative, and we would love to introduce you to some of the people who will be there. And so if you want to learn more about our situation, come and join us this Thursday evening.
How exactly will the money raised be used? I mean, what is the ultimate goal for hosting an event like this?
Yeah, so the ultimate goal really is to support the legal defense fund for my father. This last year has taken an intense toll on our family in trying to secure his release, and the defense fund was going to help us continue this effort. As you know, it's been 1 year, and our effort continues, and we don't know if it's going to end anytime soon. And so this effort will really help us reunite with our father as soon as possible, and we need some resources for that. And so as we raise awareness, and we would love to be able to help my father with the legal defense fund as well.
How hard has this been on your family, and what do you feel like, even though Rwanda was your father's home country, that San Antonio is home for your family as well?
Yes, San Antonio has been our home for the last 10, almost 12 years. We spent Christmas. We have friends there. That's where our heart is today. Our life was turned upside down when my father was taken. I had to stop my job, for instance, to be able to lead the efforts with our family and help our family. And so, and I hope I'll be able to, and I've been supported by our friends from San Antonio and our neighbors. And so we've definitely felt home now. And that's why my dad was left from San Antonio. The kidnapping began in San Antonio. They lured him. They were spying on him in San Antonio, where we came for refuge. It's been our safety for the last 12 years or so, and we've loved it like that, and that's why we want to stay there, and that's why we love our community.
Your heart is here in San Antonio, but I imagine a big piece of it is also in Rwanda with your father, thinking about everything that he is going through. I'm glad we talked about your ties to South Texas, but what brought your family here? Why is San Antonio the place that you all call home now?
Well, San Antonio, we have a lot of great friends in San Antonio, and my mom loved the weather. But really, the main reason is that my father and our family were looking for a place for refuge. My father has been persecuted by the Rwandan government for over 20 years now. It started in Rwanda, and we went to Belgium, and it continued in Belgium. In San Antonio, we had very good friends, including former Senator Bob Kruger and his family, who welcomed us in the region. And since then, we've loved, and it's become our home.
Yeah, I want to talk about Hotel Rwanda again, and if we can put up what's happening on Thursday. They're going to show the 2004 movie Hotel Rwanda. Don Cheadle played Paul Rusesabagina in the movie, if you remember it, and he basically saved more than 100 people from the Rwandan genocide and kept up the pressure on Rwanda to be better and be more democratic. And that is right now finds him in the situation that he's in right now. Anais, I want to give you the final word here. Somebody's at home. They're thinking about coming to this thing on Thursday. What would you tell them?
Well, tell them, come and join us, learn more about our campaign to free my father, and get to meet your neighbors who are also behind this campaign and who are helping us as well. And if you cannot make it, please don't hesitate to contribute to our legal defense fund. And lastly, you can always participate and help us on social media and by also calling your representative to encourage the State Department to continue their efforts.
Anais Kadimba, daughter of Paul Rusesabagina, thanks so much for being here to share your family's story, and we wish you all the best of luck with the event on Thursday.
Thank you so much for having me.
And again, if you're wondering where Legacy Park is, it's right near the new Frost Tower, Pinkerton's Barbecue, Legacy Park. It's all right there. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. Some changes up in Kendall County in the Bernie area, part of that big I-10 project. TxDOT close to reopening the eastbound frontage road there, State Highway 46 at I-10. So that's overnight tonight. They're going to start moving traffic to the new bridge over 46 so it can continue to work and eventually tear down the old bridge coming up early next year. In town, also some construction on the east side. Once again, some lane closures, Loop 410 northbound from Houston to I-10 and southbound from Benz Engelman to Houston Street. Also, this closure tonight, watch out for some lane closures on 35 in Comal County at Conrad's Lane. Alternating lane closures 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. 35 at Eisenhower, though, looking good this evening, guys.
Thank you, Samuel. Look outside with live cam. Meantime, shaping up to be another nice sunset, looks like, after another pleasant day out there.
Yeah, another great sunset in store for us, especially for certain folks with specific vantage points across our area. So send your photos to our KSAT Weather Authority app if you snap some good ones. Otherwise, 79 degrees out there right now. Dew point is 61. We've got that mugginess back in the air. It's not oppressive. It's just not as crisp and clean and fall-like as it was over the past few days. So by 8 o'clock, mid-70s. Tomorrow morning, we'll start the day in the mid-60s, about 65 at sunrise. We'll talk about the warming temperatures, the humidity, and if it means rain coming up.
All right, I already miss the low humidity, but that's okay. We got a lot going on next week. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Day of the Dead parade.
That's right.
A week from Sunday is Halloween. I mean, there's a lot of people who are looking at the
Yeah.
long-range
Long
forecast,
range.
Yes.
wondering what the weather's going to be.
I'm noticing it's kind of tricky as a mom planning the Halloween costumes.
It always seems like that.
Is it going to be 80 degrees? Is it going to be 60 degrees?
Yes. I had
What do I do
friends that one dressed up as Groot one year.
Sure, yep.
And it was like 90-some degrees.
Of course.
Humid and,
Yep.
Yeah.
And sticky and sweaty, and
Yeah.
that costume was woo, stinky.
Groot melted.
Groot melted. And, you know, long range, next week, there is a potential for a cold front around the middle of the week. So that's the next thing we're eyeing and keeping a extra watch over, because that could change things for the middle and second half of next week and maybe last into Halloween. We'll see. The humidity, though, it's back, and it's back for the foreseeable future because we don't have a cold front to sweep it away until potentially the middle of next week. Minimal rain chances despite the humidity here, and temperatures are on the upswing. We'll be warming up a little bit. Take a look at our beautiful sky this evening. Those high thin cirrus clouds streaming overhead. It's nice, and we had good layers to the clouds today, and that was nice to see. Some low puffy clouds, some high thin wispy clouds, and even some mid-level clouds mixed in. It was fun. I like having that variety in the sky. 79 currently, dew point is 61, southeasterly wind at 15. It's that southeasterly breeze coming off the Gulf of Mexico, gradually increasing our mugginess and our humidity. And we're feeling it out there. It's not oppressive, but dew point's back at and above that critical 60-degree mark. And when that's the case, you just start to notice it again. It's not bad right now, but I do think by the weekend we'll see a little uptick in that mugginess, and we could get back into those oppressive levels by the weekend and even on into early next week. Maybe an isolated shower or two this weekend, but no good rain chances with the higher humidity. Temperatures now ranging from the mid-70s in the hill country to upper 80s south of San Antonio down I-35, Cotulla 88, 76 Kerrville, 74 right now Fredericksburg. And by tomorrow morning, widespread 60s, closer to 60 in the hill country, mid 60s elsewhere. So warmer mornings as a result of the increase in the humidity and the added mugginess we have out there. By tomorrow afternoon, most of us into the 80s, and I think mid 80s for many of us. Hill country, lower 80s, but locally about 82 Leon Springs, 85 Elmendorf, Timberwood Park about 82 degrees, and Converse 83. And that's with a mixture of sun and clouds. But I think we'll see upper 80s, maybe even just briefly hitting 90 for a good portion of our area by Friday and even on into the upcoming weekend. So temperatures are on the upswing. We're not looking at anything drastic, but definitely above our average of 81. Here's a look at that cloud cover coming from Mexico and, well, previously the Pacific. That's all we have in our southwesterly flow aloft. The wind coming off the Pacific, no disturbances in that, just some high and mid clouds. Disturbance over the Rockies, and then another one moving into the Pacific Northwest. This is good for them. Neither of these are headed our way, but remember, that's where we have the big, deep drought. The western United States, especially California, you see that in the national news, Utah, and all the way up into the Pacific Northwest. They really need the moisture, and they're going to have a series of storm systems. Around here, we're going to be generally dry, but we'll see these systems coming off the Pacific, giving some rain to some much needed to some very drought-stricken areas where they really need the rainfall. We've been there. We've been in those droughts. We know what it's like to need the rain. Outlook is good for them. This evening, though, around here, just a bit humid, southeasterly wind at 5 to 15. Partly cloudy, near 70 by midnight. Tomorrow morning, we talked about it, in the 60s, and then by the afternoon, well into the 80s. With southeasterly wind at 5 to 15. No big changes into the weekend, just slightly warmer with a 10% chance of a stray shower here or there.
I just need to know, sweatshirt with the costume, t-shirt with the costume. Just keep that in mind for the forecast.
I got you covered next week.
Thank you.
In case you missed it, coming up next.
Maybe an icon for the 7-day.
Maybe, something, yeah.
A crash in Helotes has sent 3 people to the hospital, also had an impact on hundreds of other people in that area.
Katrina Weber is live where it happened at Shanefield Road near Cantor Horse. And Katrina, what can you tell us so far?
Well, I can tell you that the hundreds of people who were affected by power outage that this crash caused. Those people have been restored right now. The 3 people in the hospital, the last word we had is that they had serious injuries, possibly possibly all three ejected from the car that crashed here.
Breaking news, crews are on the scene of this plane crash that happened in Brookshire. That's near Katy in the Houston area.
Now you are looking at a live shot of that crash right now. Firefighters just getting that fire out a few minutes ago. The Waller County Sheriff's Office says the crash happened just after 10 this morning near the Houston Executive Airport. 21 people, including 3 crew members, were on board at the time.
Somehow, the sheriff's office says all of the passengers were removed from this plane, and so far, they only have 1 injury.
This lawsuit filed Monday lists 15 plaintiffs, 10 Latino rights organizations, and 5 individual voters, all claiming the Texas legislature's new redrawing of district maps is unconstitutional.
New census data shows that the population in Texas grew by almost 4 million people since 2010, mainly in larger urban areas like Bexar County.
Latinos accounted for half of that population growth. As a result, Texas gained 2 congressional seats.
We've got a new episode of KSAT Explains on tap this week, and tonight we're hearing directly from some of the scientists who were behind this work and how those breakthroughs could help us battle future viruses and diseases.
Tomorrow's going to look and feel a lot like today. Will just be a few degrees warmer, mid-60s in the morning, mid-80s by the afternoon. A bit of humidity in the air, southeasterly breeze at 5 to 15. Temperatures warm up a bit, upper 80s, close to 90 by Friday into the weekend.
All right, thanks, Adam. And thanks for watching the news at 6.
KSAT Explains, online after the show, biomedical breakthrough.